So today I'm going to show you practically in the hands-on section how you can track the status of the function call stack using Visual Studio. Now again, if you're using a different IDE for your development, you may not even have this feature in your IDE. So I have open in front of me right now the solution square demo. So that's the program that we did a little earlier, very similar to the square example that we saw in the theory part on function call stacks. So this is essentially the same program. We have a main function which calls another function square, and the square function takes an integer, computes its square, and returns that as another integer which it prints out in a printf statement. And we do that 10 times over here. So let me show you. I'm going to begin by adding a breakpoint to the line with a for loop, and I'm going to start that with F5, and here we are. We're now in debug mode, and you'll see something down here in my IDE, my configuration here, down here on the right side. See the call stack over here. Now by default you may have something else open like the error list or the output, but here the leftmost tab says call stack. So I'm going to follow what's going on in my program as I step through it. I'm going to follow what that looks like down here. This this window pane over here is the function call stack that you saw in the figures in our theory part. The bottom over here represents code of the OS, so kernel 32.dll. It's part of the operating system. In any case, what's on the function call stack beneath our own program, we really do not care much. This is what we're interested in. So right now square.exe, that's the name of the program as it's been compiled, and we are in the main function of that on line 7. The language of this program is C++. And as you can see over here, yes, the breakpoint in our current location indicated by that yellow arrow is line 7. I'm going to step through this just like we've done many times before. F10. So now you see that the line number down here has changed to line 8, and now I'm going to step into I'm at the line with the printf statement which calls the square function. So I'm hitting F11, and you can see I stepped to the square function, and look what happened on the function call stack. The entry for the main function was pushed down, and another entry was pushed on top. This one, again, language C++, and what is this specifically? This is the square.exe program, the program we're running right now, and the square function taking an integer y as argument. And we are on line 14, which you can see right over here. Yes, we are on line 14. So I'll continue to step. We're now on line 15, reflected in the call stack as well. Step, line 16, and now I'm going to exit the square function. I'm going to return the value of y square. I'm going to land back in the main function. And there you see, the call stack just popped the frame for the square function. And we're back to the stack frame for the main function. Let me go through one more iteration of the for loop, and some I just stepped over it. So next one, I'm sorry, so here, and this time let me use F11 to step into the square function, and you'll see the same thing happen again. Look at the call stack, F11, and there you see I'm back in the square function of my program, line 14. I step line 15, step, line 16, and now I'm going to jump back to the main function, and you can see the square function was popped, square function's frame was popped from the call stack. And I can, of course, keep going like this. And as I continue in the loop, the stack frame for the square function gets pushed and popped and pushed and popped again and again. So let me just remove the breakpoint and let this run to the end. And this is how you can observe, this is how you can monitor the function call stack in Visual Studio.